All right, now we're going to look at problem 8. Problem 8 introduces us to an imaginary 0, and we have to recall that imaginaries only come in pairs. It comes from a negative under the radical, and prior to that radical in our quadratic formula is that plus or minus. So we're always going to get two pairs. So if I got 3 minus I can technically write 3 plus I. To get the polynomial in least degree for these three zeros, it would look like this. X minus 3. That's a very simple one. And now x minus, parentheses, 3 minus I. That'll cover this 0. And then the next factor will be x minus, and then 3 plus I. I'm going to work with my imaginaries first. So I'm just going to distribute that negative sign. Factors are always written x minus. So this one is x minus 3 plus I. This one is x minus 3 minus I. Kind of ugly. Trinomial times a trinomial. That is why we learned how to handle multiplying polynomials prior to this lesson. So 3 times 3, I'm going to have 9 items. Hopefully my camera can pick up all 9 items. Let's go. X to all of these. X squared. I got a minus 3x and a minus, we'll call it IX. Now negative 3 to all these. So I got a minus 3x. I got a plus 9. And I got a plus 3i. Now I'm going to take this positive I to all of these. So I'll have a positive, might as well put it ix, just like I did with this last one. They're going to cancel. And then I got a minus 3i, slide it over, and then a minus I squared. 3, 6, 9 terms. Now let's combine like terms. There's only one quadratic. I got a minus 3x, a minus 3x, so I'll go with a minus 6x there. My minus ix will cancel with my plus ix, so I'll cancel that. I have a 3i and a negative 3i canceling. And then we have to go back to our imaginaries and quadratics. I squared is negative 1, so this technically is a minus negative 1. So minus and minus becomes a plus. Plus 1 and a positive 9 make a positive 10. There is the trinomial, the quadratic, that would produce these zeros. Yes, they're imaginary, but if we have a degree of 2, we'll have 2 zeros. Now, last thing I have to do is bring down this original x minus 3, and just like the last problem, or problem number 5, binomial times a trie, so 2 times 3 will have 6 items, and we'll be able to combine like terms. So I'll raise it up a little bit, and here we go. X times all of these, so these are all 1 degree higher now. And now negative 3 to all of these, so minus 3x squared plus 18x and minus 30. Combine like terms, x cubed, got a couple squares, they combine to make a minus 9, looks like a positive 28x and minus 30. Before I get too overzealous, I want to check that polynomial right here crosses at 3. I can only check. I got the other 2 are imaginary. So y equals, let's turn this one off from the last problem. And we have x cubed minus 9x squared plus 28x minus 30. Graph, and this should cross only at x equals 3. Ooh, I like what I see here. Let's double check. Second. And there's x equals 3 right there. Bada bing. So I am quite confident that this answer is right. and happy to move to the next one. So there was an example with an imaginary in it. Tough, but as you can see, it's basically an organizational problem. You got to remember what your I squared is, going back to quadratics. And hopefully, again, that one helps.